What's up guys, it's Ben Smith here, and today is all about stretching and mobility, probably one of the most important things that you should do before and probably after a workout as well. I'm not here to make any claims about stretching or mobility, but in my opinion I feel that it's something that I should definitely go over with you guys. So here, as you can see, I'm just doing a little bit of hip mobility, some leg swings, loosen up my hip flexors, and I feel, especially when you're doing compound movements such as a squat or a deadlift, hip mobility is crucial in order to help or aid with full range of movement. So here for me, I actually have a little bit of trouble activating my glutes sometimes, so I do a little bit of glute activation as well, trying to just lift my leg laterally, just activating the glutes, as well as just loosening up and freeing up the hips. So really all you need to do with this is just find a stable surface if you need to have something to balance on. As you can see, I'm grabbing onto a wall, and then just swinging your leg forward and backwards, just gradually getting it higher so you can feel a stretch in both the front of your leg and the back of your leg. So the stretches that you do before a workout would be a little bit more dynamic like this. So this is just to help loosen up the joints, create a bit of blood flow. So as you can see here, just a variation of hamstring stretch and adductor stretching, so touching behind you and then in front of you, and then also swinging from side to side here, just stretching out your adductors, reaching down and grabbing your foot. That'll help with some sort of thoracic mobilization as well. So this one here again is a hip flexor stretch. So what you want to try and do, get yourself into a press up position. Again, it's very dynamic, so you just bring your foot up as far as you can so that you can still place your heel on the floor, so you don't want to be on your toe, or you want to be able to have your feet flat, and this will help loosen up and give you some mobility in your hips and hip flexors. Okay, another dynamic stretch here for both my rectus abdominis and my hamstrings. So I just like to walk myself down with my hands, engaging the core, and then reach my hips to the floor and just stretching out my abdominis. Again, the reason we do dynamic stretching is to help with mobilisation and just warming up. It helps get the heart rate up. So this one here is just a typical bodyweight squat, but what I'm doing is just reaching down nice and low and then up as high as I can. So again, I'm getting a stretch right through my rectus abdominis, hip flexors, my chest, my shoulders, and really trying to just help free off and so that my arms aren't medially rotated and more scrunched up. Most of the lifts that we do tend to involve having our shoulders around our ears, or our arms medially rotated. So you want to free them off, especially if you find yourself in a job that kind of puts you behind a desk. You'll feel a little bit rotated around at the shoulders, so it's important to try and free them off. Again here, this is just a typical lunge. To add a different element, I'm just reaching up there again to get a stretch through my medial rotators. That's my lats, my chest, as well as my hip flexors, my rectus abdominis. And then I'm just adding in a twist here. This will help stretch out my thoracic spine, and also my glutes will get a bit of a stretch when I'm doing this. And these are just different variations for you guys to do just before you head into doing some lifts. Okay, so this is the typical stretching that I do at the end of a workout. These are more static stretches. Obviously, if you find yourself doing these before a workout, what you've got to remember is that when you're standing still, your heart rate is going to just sort of come down. And the idea of a warm-up is that you keep your heart rate elevated, or you gradually elevate your heart rate into where you would be working out. So these are just typical stretches that a lot of you may have seen before, but again, they're static, so you're just holding a stretch, and ideally for a stretch to be effective, You want to hold it for 20 to 30 seconds minimum. Here you can see I've got my legs slightly bent. This just changes the dynamics of the stretch slightly. Rather than feeling the stretch behind my knee, you'll feel it behind or in between your bum and your knee, so your hamstrings crucially. Again, this is the static chest stretch, a medial rotator, so I'm making sure that where you should feel this is in the front of your armpit effectively and across your chest. Stopping my arms again from medial rotating and for me to be all scrunched up. This is going to help free up my upper body. So guys, yeah, as I say, remember it is important for you to hold a stretch for sort of a minimum of 20 seconds. Obviously I'm sort of getting through these rather quick so that you guys can see the different stretches and this video doesn't last too long. And this is a lat stretch, so again I'm just putting my arm up, and ideally where you want to feel this one is on the back of your armpit, so down the back and into your lats. Okay, so this is a glute stretch. Now, for me, my glutes are very tight, so I tend to spend a lot of time stretching out my glutes. This is called a hurdle stretch. Effectively, you want to get into a similar position as if you was to jump a hurdle. So you've got one leg across your body, almost cross-legged, but the other one's just stretched out. And you'll see here, as I put it down slowly so you guys can see, like that. And then you just want to bring your opposite shoulder down as far to your knee as possible, and you should feel this right across your abductors, so maybe the outside of your leg and across your bum, outside of your bum. So here I'm just going to cross my leg over and then reach through if you can and grab your knee and then just lie back. This one, you'll feel this one in a slightly different place in your bum, more around your piriformis, which is about here. Through the stretching, just making sure you're breathing as well. Make sure you breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, keeping it nice and steady. Hope you picked up some useful tips from my video, guys, and I will see you all soon. Take care.